It never fails. I'm teaching a group of people to get over walls safely using the 4-foot wall. I go through the steps, do a demonstration, and then finally I'm like, all right guys, who wants to give it a shot? And there's that one guy who's got to go over the wall like this. Honestly, now I'm just like, cool, dude. Can you do the same thing over this wall? If you're just jumping in, let me give you a quick recap. Walls 1 talked about going over safely, and I used a 4-foot wall so you would be able to practice at a nice, comfortable height. Walls 2, I used a 6-foot wall to go over scaling techniques, because I figured it was a good middle ground where there's half of you that could just jump over the 4-foot and jump on top of the 6 without much issue. And then the other half that might need to scale a 4-foot and definitely need to scale a 6-foot. This one is 8 feet and above, so unless you're some kind of super freak, everybody is going to be scaling these walls. And I want to focus more on just the extra tips and tricks to help you get the height that you're going to need to get on these taller walls, get into those positions, and use the techniques that I talked about in walls 2. So if you feel like I'm kind of just breezing over stuff or you don't really know what I'm talking about, refer back to that video for details on the techniques. If you don't watch any other part of this video, I want you to stay with me at least through this section, because this is going to keep you safe coming down from a wall, and that's super important on walls this height. All right? I don't want to jump 8 feet to the ground. That's just asking for disaster. So what I'm going to do is, once I get over the top, the foot that's on this side is going to be pushing into the wall. When I come off, I want to keep that foot pushing into the wall. I'm going to use the friction to slide down and slow my descent till I'm in a full hang, and then I'm going to drop. That way I'm at my full body length. My drop was maybe 1 to 2 feet versus jumping 8 feet to the ground. Now that the scary stuff is out of the way, let's talk about getting up these taller walls. First way we can do that is, if you're tall enough, you can just jump up and grab the top of the wall. Great. But like I said in the last one, we want to devote our energy to going up. So even if you hop into the wall, you want to land right in front of it and then jump up like this. You go here, jumping up that way. Jumping from back here is going to do what we call Velcroing. If you've ever seen those guys with the Velcro suits that hit the trampoline and stick themselves to the wall, that's what we're talking about. What we want to do, jump in, then jump up, grab the top of the wall, and then we can do our hanging crunch or go directly into teardrop, whatever you want to do. Just remember, if you do your hanging crunch, then you want to keep your knees facing the wall. Don't turn your hips to the side, because this way we keep that pressure on the wall, we keep that friction. This way we're just kicking out in thin air. So I go here, grab. Now I can go up into teardrop, or I can just pull up that way, whatever my next step is. The other strategy is actually doing an extra jump off the wall. So I want to jump into the wall and then jump off the wall. Now, the first jump is going to come from farther back, but we want to plan the arc so we're still kind of on the way up when we hit the wall. So I don't want to jump so far back that I'm coming back down and trying to hit the wall this way. I want to get in close enough to where when I jump and I hit, while I'm still in kind of that upward direction. From there, I want to push off the wall so I go straight up. I don't want to push back, and I don't want to push like I'm trying to jump over the wall this way. I want to come in, hit, and jump straight up from there. The reason we're going to jump from farther back on this one is because we do want a little bit of forward momentum to get pressure on the wall when we go to push. Now, it's not like we're going to be sticking to the wall all day. All we're looking for is like a half second of traction to get that extra bump for the height. Now, if it feels like when you push on the wall, your foot just slips off, it's because you set it too low. If it feels like you push yourself away from the wall when you do it, it's because you set it too high. So your ideal body position is going to be back straight, leg at 90 degrees at the hip, knee's going to be at 45 degrees, so your foot's sticking out a little bit farther, and then your foot's actually at 92, but when you put the knee at 45, it's going to kick that toe up. So when we jump into the wall, we're not trying to do this, and we're not trying to lean back this way. When we jump, we swing the arms up, back nice and straight, and kick that foot out. And then as soon as you feel the wall on your foot, think of it like catching an egg or a water balloon or something like that. You're not just gonna like stomp the wall. You're gonna jump, set the foot out. When you feel that pressure, keep it, but absorb in and then push up. So that was more the muscle up, but you can also jump and get into your teardrop same way. This is a more advanced technique, so you're gonna need 3 things. 1, strength and confidence in your grip. 2, a vertical jump that's good enough that you don't need to do that extra bump off the wall. And 3, a strong, fast toe to bar technique. What I'm gonna do is, instead of coming straight at the wall, I'm gonna angle at about 45 degrees. And I still wanna do the jump, but like everything else, I wanna jump right up to the wall and then do a second jump, devoting all of my energy to going straight up. Then I'm gonna grab the top of the wall, swing my foot up using that toe to bar technique, hooking my heel on the top and pulling myself up, totally bypassing the teardrop. I call it the cheat hook. So I go here, I jump in. The next one's known as the gate vaults in parkour. It's basically a cartwheel over the wall. And first off, you can only do this from the muscle up technique. So if you're not doing muscle up, don't even worry about it. If you are and want to give it a shot, like I said, it's cartwheel over the wall, so you need to have a nice straight cartwheel and the ability to hold a flag. Not forever, but at least for a little bit, because that's, like I say, you need to slow your descent when you're coming down, so you need that control, which means you need strong shoulders, strong grip, and a really strong core. If you haven't done a cartwheel before, I'm not gonna go into a full breakdown of that right now, but I will say practice both sides, because it's kind of like writing your name. One side's gonna be totally comfortable, the other side's gonna be like, bleh. So you want to just try and go straight over the top. Like this is our line down the middle of the gym. Both feet are on the line. We're gonna plant one hand, other hand, feet going straight over the top, landing one foot, then the other foot. Just like that. When I'm on top of the wall, I can just lay over my stomach. The hand that touched the ground first in the cartwheel is gonna be the one that stays on top of the wall. So I'm gonna turn that hand backwards and hold the wall from the other side. The other hand is gonna reach down far enough to where my arm is at about 45 degrees. From there, we're gonna do the cartwheel over and just try and slow that descent for a nice soft landing. Now, some things to remember. When you go over, you wanna go straight over, because we're trying to keep that pressure on the hand straight into the wall. So if your legs swing off to the side, it's gonna pull you off that way, and you're not gonna be able to hold pressure. Your hand's gonna push out instead of against the wall. Also, you really need to commit to going out. If you try and slide straight down the wall, then you're gonna lose traction on your hand. It works the same way as the teardrop. When you get on top of the wall and put your feet on, you lean back for that leverage, right? Same thing here. So when you go over, you wanna commit to going out away from the wall. That's what's gonna bring the hand under and push it against the wall. This is a great move, especially if you're racing elite, because it's super fast, but it's still safe. You're not going all the way into the post. You're just getting high enough to get your chest over the top, throwing it down to the ground and using the weight to whip your legs over. And then if you have the strength, you still have that soft landing, turn out of it, and just keep cooking. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. But please bear in mind that while the safety aspect applies to everyone, these were strategies for the individuals on the course. So if you're running elite, or if you're a glutton for punishment, or if you're too proud to ask your friends for help, these were for you. But stay tuned or check out my video, depending on when you're watching this. I have a video that's for group strategies, so partner techniques going over the wall, group strategies on the course. This is gonna be the one for you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I'm David Funk here at Camp Rhino in Las Vegas. I'll see you on the course.